The remains of a holovid and various SimStim games stand in various states of collapse around the hull of this derelict arcade. As old as the place is, though, a lot of the damage seems recently inflicted.
Various games? I'm only counting 2. Can 2 be counted as various?
Venom seems to leak out of the pores of this kid's acne-ridden face. He's got a buzz cut that makes it look like his hair is standing up out of fear of the noggin below. Fire hasn't changed any over the years, nor has the quick means to extinguish it. The only thing betraying the outward sang-froid of this attractive teenager is the fact that her hair appears lifted with a static charge, and the fact that she seems to eat nails for breakfast, her own, which are bitten to the quick.
You friggin' machine! I'm like jacking out of this bitch!
You aren't jacked into it, dirtbag. You're in an arcade, not surfing the net.
Rach, this place may not be the ideal hideout we heard it was. I mean, you think these punks could outwit a scrub team?
I'll say, if these kids had dynamite for brains, they wouldn't be able to blow their nose.
They're with Ark! They're with Ark!
Will you disconnect? They're not Ark. If they were Ark, would be cranked by now.
Wait a minute. That was pretty good, kid. You must have read my mind. You psionic?
I'm a lot of things. You better watch your friggin' step, even if you are with Ark.
We're with Ark. You're good, kid, but you're not perfect. We're on the lam, trying to avoid Ark, just like all of you Generation Experimental kids. I guess that part didn't get through to your receptors.
Get cranked, asshole!
Sounds appetizing. Probably a good thing I don't know what that means, punk.
You don't know about friggin' crank hour?
Well, kid, here's a novel opportunity for you. Enlighten us.
Julius Crankhour. He invented the friggin' Actodec.
Is he here?
He's totally dead, man. Crankhour got cranked by freaks just like us. Happened years ago.
If he'd known the Actodec was going to lead to kids like you, he probably would have killed himself.
Wow, that's pretty harsh.
Wait till we get his little employee. His blood's gonna be all over the place.
What are you freaks talking about? Man, these Gen X kids give me such a headache.
We're gonna kill him. That's what.
Who?
Drexler! Oscar friggin' Drexler!
Wicked man, you are really starting to drool. These two morons don't know anything. Drexler used to work for Crankhour at Vesuvius Labs back in the 30s, back in the friggin' Dark Ages. They were making games. Now we're gonna play a little game with Oscar.
Wham! Bam! 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 Oh man, it's gonna be beautiful! We're gonna crank it up! We found out he lives over by Union Station. We got it all planned out. Just a few more hours, we'll be taking him out.
You're gonna murder this guy in cold blood?
Yeah, and if the freaks kicking in the door miss him, 2 more are gonna be outside his window, flying with low-grav jet boots. He won't even see it coming. Damn freak maker. You two wanna watch? Deal's going down soon.
Wait a minute. You two and the rest of your gang are gonna kill an old man for something he did 60 years ago?
What's that supposed to friggin' mean? You think we can't do it? You think we shouldn't? His damn invention made us freaks. Oh man, I should be the one to kill the old bastard. I wouldn't even need a friggin' weapon.
He's killed people with his friggin' brain.
Come on, kid, let's get out of here. I'd rather take my chances on the street. They don't call these kids freaks for nothing.
You got a problem, Scuzzball?
Kid, you're vibrating like a tuning fork. What's wrong with you?
I've heard the freaks had some weird manifestations, but this isn't quite what I anticipated.
What'd you expect? You think we all had two heads or something?
Not exactly.
Oh, look, kid, just relax. The more excited you get, the more you seem to vibrate. Maybe we should talk to somebody else. Where is everybody?
There's a bunch of us around, so watch your freaking step.
Let's move on, Rach. There's something going on around here. The natives are restless.
I don't believe that we actually need this fire extinguisher, but I'm going to take it all the same. Okay, it's now time to move on. Maybe we should give Oscar Drexler a bit of a heads up. I believe he is in the same apartment complex as Dante.
Small and cramped as it is, the occupant of this attic apartment seems to be pretty relentless about stuffing it with homemade toys and inventive projects. A nervous old man surveys his cluttered apartment that serves as both living space and workshop.
So, there really is an old man here. Maybe the freaks are on to something.
What's that? I don't know any stick boy, wicked or otherwise. And don't mention history to me. Can't barge in here talking about history. I'm just an old man down on his luck.
Whatever. Maybe you are just some guy, but there's a gang of deck mutants called the Freak Beats who are convinced that you were Julius Krankhauer's right arm, and they're on their way here to get revenge for all their genetic misfortune by killing you.
Damn it! Damn it to hell all over the place! I was just a punk, a kid. I never even met Julius Krankhauer, or even made it inside of Vesuvius's main lab. I didn't design the stuff. It's not my fault the damn machine corrupted the gene pool.
We can talk later. The Freak Beats are on the way and they're taking no prisoners. Come on, we'll take you someplace safe.
No, I'm not budging anywhere. You don't know how many times I've outwitted punks like this. Maybe it's time I was caught.
Listen, we've talked to these freaks and they're whacked. This Wicked Stick kid's got them wilded on getting you. I'm certain they'll try again. You really should go someplace safer, at least temporarily. I'm gonna write down an address. A friend of ours named Dante lives there. He'll fill you in on what we're involved in and put you up for a while. You'll be safe there. We'll hook up with you later.
For some reason, they seem to have forgotten to write out the rest of the words to this dialogue. We only have the first paragraph for some reason.
You got a deal. Besides, it'd be nice to have someone to talk to for a while.
Alright, let's go to Dante's quickly. We can't actually do anything further there, but let's make sure that Oscar got there safely. I noticed how we invited Oscar over here without Dante's permission.
What'd you say? Oh, time to eat. Oh, good. Them refried beans and pan-fried quails went right to my toes.
They really went all out with the writing for this game. This video is going to be another one that is very dialogue heavy. And right now we're going to go to Gang Alley.
Can I help you with something?
We're investigating a murder victim named Brian Avery. We also want to ask you some questions about Chastity Bene.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about O'Brien Avery. And Chastity, well, she's been out a lot lately. Sorry.
What about here? You in charge?
Well, you might say that. The others seem to... Well, I guess they've appointed me leader.
Well, how exciting for you. What's going on with you and Chastity?
Well, I don't know if anything's really going on, but I think she's got kind of a crush on Dolph Van Itty, the Deadly's leader. The thing is, Chastity's so sweet and naive, she doesn't know what he's really like.
What's your problem with Van Itty?
There's no problem. He runs his gang and I try to lead the cleans, that's all. If he wants to corrupt young people who don't know any better, that's his business. If he wants to befoul them and lead them into perversion, there's nothing I can do about it. If he wants to...
We get you, kid. You don't give a damn.
I'm sorry, it's not that I don't care, it's just that it's not my place to do anything about it. I just try to lead by example. I mean, for instance, if I knew that Dolph Van Itty had some terrible secret in his closet, something that might make the Deadlies disown him, well, it just wouldn't be my place to uncover it. I'm just not talented enough to investigate it.
I'm trying to be careful, as I know there is another occasion or two where there's only one paragraph of written dialogue.
Not like, say, some hard-noses you might come across who are investigating a murder.
Right. I mean, I'm really sorry that I'm not able to because I suspect Dolph's hiding the kind of information that might bring him down, even break up the Deadlies.
Can it, kid? I'm beginning to understand how a wimp like you got to run this outfit. But look, what's in it for us? I mean, if we dig up some dirt on Van Itty, that's great for a power-mad little dweeb like you. And it'll probably make Chastity wise up too. Then if she's dumb enough to fall for your act, that's her business. But there's gotta be something in it for us, if we're gonna mess with those psychos across the alley.
What? What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I don't understand you.
You understand him, kid. He's saying we'll dig up whatever it is Van Itty's hiding if you give us the scoop on Brian Avery. We know you know more about his murder than you're letting on.
I'm sorry. What was his name again? Brian Amory?
I'm gonna have to hit him. Let me hit him, Rach.
Get online, killer. Last chance, kid. Avery. The name's Brian Avery.
Oh, Brian! I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood you. Yes, I knew Brian, but I'm not sure I have what you need. I mean, I'd have to think about it, but I'd have time to do that for you while you're, doing what you said you were going to do about Dolph.
Sounds like we already got a deal. Come on, Rach, let's get started before I have to give this kid a real reason to say sorry all the time.
As you noticed, this conversation triggers automatically.
Some sort of demilitarized zone has been established in this alley between the headquarters of the Cleans and the Deadlies. That doesn't prevent them from hurling dirty looks and epithets across the space, however, and air is charged enough here to make the hair stand up on the back of your neck, as if just before an electrical storm.
We can enter both clubhouses. That definitely says deadly. But, oh, in good taste, okay.
His veins strain even in repose, although repose is most decidedly not his natural state, or even a place he's visited very often. A young woman uneasily eyes the youths on the other side of the alley. She is a collection of nervous tics and gestures as she chain-smokes cigarettes. A Botho musclehead reigns supreme over the Deadly Seven's street hangout. He is adept at sneaking frequent glimpses of himself in windows, and finding the excuse to gesture with rippled arms. Simply an arrogant son of a bitch. A young man wearing a modest outfit, apparently from the Salvation Army store, although it's color coordinated and has fresh, meticulously sewn patches.
What are you looking at? Stop staring at me like that.
We aren't staring at you.
Yeah, right. Like this guy's not just staring at my breasts.
That's not really why we're...
It's not like I don't have a sex drive, or that I'm not attracted to men.
Well, Christopher here tells us that you and the fellow across the street had a thing going.
That would seem like a thing to him. He blushes just shaking a girl's hand. Yeah, Dolph and I went out a few times. Pissed everybody off on both sides of the alley.
Guess it didn't work out.
Same old story for me. Things were about to get hot and heavy, and I couldn't go through with it. Maybe I was lucky. I don't know how any woman could put up with that arrogant S.O.B. Look at him, with his chest thrust out and his nose up in the air. God, but he is good looking. Dolph's the leader of the Deadly Seven. They think they're above the law. They think they're too good to obey the hand. That's Blood McGrath next to Dolph. Be careful with Blood. Most of the Deadly Seven are poofs. But he's a killer. He's the only one that scares me. Well, listen, Gideon. If you want to go out later, I'm a safe date.
Maybe not.
Well, listen, Gideon. If you want to go out later, I'm a safe date.
Alright, I guess we are done with... Is her name Chastity? Yes.
Well, look what Squeaky Clean Tours just dropped off. On a little vacation to Sin World, folks. Mr. and Ms. America visit the dark side of our urban nation. You guys bring cameras or what? Dolph would make a hell of a slideshow back home to show at the next card club.
I guess you put an air hose up somebody's rear end, Gideon, and eventually a bubble's gonna make its way to their brain.
That is some mouth on that one, mister. Hope she puts it to good use.
What could she possibly see in this guy, Gid?
Don't know. There's always the possibility that she's just not real bright.
Hey, who's not real bright? Who are you talking about?
I think you know. And you wouldn't like us to spell it out for you right here, would you?
Yeah, I know who you mean. But keep it down. Any chick that I got something going with, well, that ain't for all my people to know. These guys aren't all about love and shit. They're the edge, man. I come across looking soft in front of the Deadly Seven. My rep will go to hell along with my soul. Why do you losers keep coming back? I mean, can't you guys, like, take your eyes off me or what?
Don't worry, we can take our eyes off you.
Don't even come close to me, man. Don't even think about it. I hate it when people get too friggin' close to me. I want to just take them out, just like I'm gonna do with the friggin' clean machine. I mean, I want to blow them to kingdom freaking come.
Easy, Gid. This guy's like nitroglycerin. You don't want to rattle him.
I don't know how to break this to you, Rach, but the guy appears to be rattled already.
That's another thing I friggin' hate whispering. The only friggin' quiet I like is the moment of silence right before ignition.
I think he's a little hard of hearing.
There's nothing wrong with my friggin' hearing, you dumb shits.
We'd like to ask you a few questions.
I knew it, I friggin' knew it. You two have that look that says friggin' enforcement, man, or Revo squad or some shit like that, man. I hate that when I see it on somebody.
You know, it's guys like this that give us professional, hard-working bombers a bad name. You two go ahead and let me stay behind and give this guy a little personalized lesson. I mean, he's gonna blow himself up someday. I just know this kind of guy. He's gonna want to taste it. I know it. So why make him wait? I could do it all for him now.
No, Senna, we don't operate that way.
Yes, we do. I mean, we could.
Believe me, I'd like to. But like you say, he'll buy it someday. Let's just hope he's by himself. Come on, we've got to keep moving.
Look, kid, just tell us what you know about Brian Avery.
And leave all this sick, evil shit out.
Watch it, asshole. I could stick a flyweight filter demo on you and you'd never know it. Delayed motion timer. You'd blow up just walking down the street. Nobody's innocent, man.
Including Avery?
Hell no. Okay. You want to know about Avery, man? I'll tell you about Avery. He was playing both sides of the fence, supplying me, my enemies, even the cleans with whatever they wanted.
He supplied the cleans with explosives?
Fireworks for a party, that and some other stuff that didn't go boom. Petty stuff, man, all of it. I mean, man, I had to give the cleans a taste of what he really had. I'm thinking about it, too, man. Some of them, like that friggin' Chastity, think she's so holy. But she's no better than anybody else. But things are coming, man. Great things are coming.
I had to take you out now. Do the world a favor.
Try it, man. Just try it. I got this space wired. I could incinerate you before you got anywhere near me.
Back off, Gid.
Yeah, back up, kid.
Yeah, back off, kid. Alright, let's go inside of the Deadly's base first. I mean, we are right here already.
The front room of the Deadly's clubhouse, where they attempt to impress upon visitors that they don't give a damn. Maybe it's the foot table, or the furniture covered with skins from endangered species. The ultimate statement seems to be as glaring as the neon sign. The Deadlys consider themselves the garish light of the world.
I believe this is the exit. There is, or I have actually experienced some issues with trying to move around this game world. I did click on the door, but for some reason Rachel and Gideon did not move. It took several clicks to actually get them to get inside this place.
A smooth-talking, risk-taking, hacker-finagler, wheeler-dealer who sleeps with one eye open and one ear cocked for the sound of change. She's street smart. It's just that the street is Wall Street. In clothes that are stylishly funky, this well-coiffed young man has beady eyes that never seem to quit flicking around the room. It seems like he's checking out people's shoes, their watches, their jewelry, even though the stuff he's wearing is obviously top of the line. Electric Sex is gazing out the window into the alley. Her look suggests that she's done it all and is looking for something more.
I see you've been making friends fast around here. Come, let me get a good look at you.
You're really taking a chance. You know, promiscuity is a one-way ticket to a dark afterlife these days.
Oh, open your minds. What are you holding on to that old righteousness for? What'll it get you? Listen, we're all in for it. And this is our one chance to catch a little bit of heaven while we still can.
We've still got a few more things to finish up in this plane before we're ready to face the consequences.
Suit yourself.
Nice belt you got on there.
Nice belt?
That's why I love him. He's such a fashion plate.
A fashion plate?
No, seriously, where'd you get it?
He stole it from somebody's laundry basket. We figured anybody who would wash a leather belt didn't deserve it.
No, really? What did you pay for it?
Look, how about we resist beating you up for being weird, and you give us some information for free?
You don't scare me. The Deadlies risk eternal damnation every day. You think I'm scared of you? Although those are pretty wicked-looking kick boots you've got on. I might be willing to chat in return for you giving me those.
My bet is he doesn't know anything, do you, kid?
What's your point? Is that shirt a Senor Millardo?
See, he's too busy trying to score all the time. Come on, let's move on.
Get lost. I only talk to money. Money, money, money. You two don't look like money. You look like a not-for-profit enterprise.
Was that spelling of profit intentional? And besides, anyway, we do have money.
Where the real business of the Deadlies is conducted. Drinking, lounging, listening to death rock at levels guaranteed to make your ears bleed, and watching illegal porno vids.
This is back where we come from.
A plump, boozy young woman avoids the glares of the young man lounging on the sofa. The smell of gin surrounds her. Reclining on an old couch. From the looks of things, the couch was new when he first sat down.
You wouldn't be packing something I can hit on, would you?
What are you talking about? Hit what?
A little drink, a dust buster, a phlegm cutter. I've got the vermouth, the bitters, a dozen fruit juices, everything but the gin.
Not our problem, girlie. Do your own shopping.
I've learned that lesson. That lazy bastard Langlo volunteered to get me a bottle when he saw me about to exhaust my last fifth, except he's hardly moved from that sofa to get it.
He's got the hots for you?
If you can call it hot. What's he think any woman would see in him? He says he wants me, but he don't try too hard to get me.
Help us out, and we'll enroll you in the Beers of the World Club.
Ooh, I'm crazy for Angor steam. Just the right mix of pale and bitter. Damn straight there could be violence. Blood McGrath could do the psycho at any moment. Dick Covert would die if somebody were wearing nicer shoes than he was, and I might throttle Lecter if she recommends one more diet course or sends the cops over here again looking for my juice.
Why stay so close to each other? Why not move away?
Let them win. This is our home, too. And don't think we haven't tried to make peace. A few months ago we had a sit-down. Idea was to eat a big meal together and work out our problems. We were at each other's throats. Whole thing ended with us throwing food at each other and Blood McGrath threatening to burn the Cleanies' house down.
How terrible.
At least I stole Stephen Benevolus's smokes.
A Cleanie smokes? Seems out of character.
He doesn't. They were a peace offering from Prophet, and Stefan was too polite not to smoke them. You sure you don't have a shot of something on you?
Hey, how's it hanging?
What are you, on guard duty or something?
Huh? Oh, I get it. Right, man, right. I'm keeping an eye on things. Used to be a holovision here, man, right where you're standing.
So, you see a lot of what goes on around here then. Maybe you could answer a few questions.
Go ahead, man. Fire away. It's cool. I wasn't doing nothing anyhow, just sitting around trying to think where I could get a still for Barbara.
A still?
Yeah, man, she likes to juice it a little bit, but I don't care. Makes her look kind of sexy, you know? So, like, I thought if she had her own still, man, she'd look like even more so, man. So that's what I want to do, man, is get her a still. Put her right here next to the couch. We could talk.
Simmer down there a minute, Speedo. You gotta answer some questions. The way you're planted on that couch, I figure you know something about the comings and goings of this place. I figure you could tell us something about Brian Avery.
Huh? Oh, yeah, Brian. I know Brian. Wow, I mean, like, I know some things about Brian, but I can't talk to you about him right now, man. I gotta scope out the still situation.
What? Look, do you even have any idea where to get a still?
No, man, that's the problem. I mean, I'd have to get up and go do some hunting or something, I guess.
Look, if we get you a still, will you tell us about Brian?
You'll find me a still?
If you'll talk.
We're talking assembled, right? I mean, you know, ready to go?
Yes, yes!
Cripes, we better go find this thing before he asks us to throw in a sandwich machine.
So why can't he just talk to this lady as she is right now? There is a door icon here, but we cannot enter it. Alright, let's go. We need to get this lady some alcohol, and this gentleman a still.